This is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. Today we are in Smithtown, New York at the Smithtown Bull. We're headed out kayaking on the Nissequogue River. While kayaking, we're gonna make a pit stop, Riverside, to cook lunch. It's a beautiful day and it's gonna be an amazing paddle. We're gonna get the kayak set up and ready to launch. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this kayak set up. All right, and we're paddling. All right, so today's air temperature is in the mid-50s and the water temperature is in the high 40s. So with that combination, today called for wearing a dry suit. It's going to be a little bit warm with that outside air temperature wearing the dry suit, but you need to plan for the water temperature. And this water temperature is pretty cold if something was to happen. I just left the launch and I paddled a short distance, the furthest distance that you can paddle, going south, and we're gonna paddle north on the Nissequogue River the full distance. But this is such a cool spot, so I just wanted to come over here and check it out. These train tracks overhead are for the Long Island Railroad, major commuter line from Long Island to New York City. The kayak launch is right there to the right, and we are gonna go under this first bridge. Actually, there's 2 bridges in a row. We're gonna just fit squeezing under here. I might have to actually duck a little bit. Yep. And this one actually is really low too. Wow, we just fit. I'm actually cocking my head a little bit. So I was waiting for the tide to come up, and we're technically going to be paddling on the outgoing tide. So that's why there's like very little space to paddle under there. So where the launch is, it's a pretty busy area and a main road. But from this point on, we're gonna see lots of beautiful nature, lots of waterfowl. I've seen deer along this paddle route as well in certain spots. So we'll see. This river, you definitely have to plan for the tides. So you either paddle up the river as the tide is coming in, or you paddle downriver as the tide's coming out. But you can very easily get stuck in shallow water and run aground, and maybe even force yourself to have to get out and walk in the river because it's too shallow. For my previous video, I paddled the Bronx River 8 miles, and that day the air temperature got up to almost 80 degrees and the Bronx River was over 50 degrees. So that day I actually opted to not wear a dry suit. But this river flows out to the Long Island Sound, and the Long Island Sound stays cold for a while. We're gonna try not to bother her too much, just cruising by here. But Mother Goose there is sitting on some eggs. Earlier this morning, the wind was 12 or 13 miles per hour, but this afternoon it's gone below 10 miles an hour, and it's supposed to drop off slowly each hour that passes. This is a really cool boat garage. I just love the sound of the water when I'm paddling. It's so peaceful and quiet, and those beautiful clouds just hanging out in the sky, reflecting on the water. All right, we're getting ready to go under another bridge. And look at this beautiful, I want to say it's a cherry blossom. Look how pink that is. That's a beautiful tree. A little grassy island to the right here. I did mention earlier that I plan to cook lunch on the river today, but I didn't mention what's on the menu. I am making a French dip sandwich with roast beef, au jus, and I got some horseradish cheddar. It's gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to it. This house on the river is really incredible. And in the foreground you can see up to the left is a birdhouse, two of them, right at the end of their dock. Wow, that was interesting. The birdhouses you could actually crank up and down on the post. So I guess you can put the feet up there. Got a little headwind right now. Not too bad, but just going directly into it. Sometimes when I'm paddling, I just like to stop paddling for a second and just listen to the silence. Some birds chirping. Such a beautiful day. Look at that egret that just flew by. Beautiful. This little bridge, I believe, is privately owned, but I always paddle back here. There's like a little cove, but I love this bridge. It's so cool. Just a little footbridge to a little island. Yeah, it's just like a cove back here, but it goes pretty far back. But yeah, we're headed back out from the cove, back onto the bridge. But I just love this bridge. Anytime I'm on this river, I have to come by here. Something about bridges. Simple things make me happy. As we start paddling now, the river's going to slowly open up a little bit wider. A couple swans in front of me. We're going to go to the left to try to stay clear a little bit. We don't want to upset any swans. It's okay. I'm your friend. I don't think I could have picked a better day to come out here. You can really see how wide the river is now. This water is like glass. Well, that hourly forecast was right, because the wind has died down and the water is glass. All right, we're coming up to our spot. All right, we're here. All right, we got the kayak pulled up on shore, and this is our little spot. You can see this little swing right in front of us. Pretty cool. But yeah, just check out this view. This is one reason why I love coming here. It's peaceful, it's quiet, and it's just a great spot to stop and take a break. All right, well, I decided to take my dry suit off because it was hot. I actually didn't think I was that hot paddling, but when I stopped and got out of the kayak, I was like, wow, I'm a lot more sweaty than I thought I was going to be. But anyway, this is going to be my little, this is where I'm going to sit. This is my tree that's down. I'm going to sit here, and I have all my gear just spread out, and I need to come up with like a little table or workspace for cooking lunch. So that's what I'm going to work on next. All right, so I was looking around this area, and I found some rocks. Let's see what I can do with these. Oh, wow. Check this out. This might actually be really good. Found this concrete block. Looks pretty good. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, got some bricks right here. All right, it's a good start. I just came up with a really good idea. I looked at the swing here, and you can see these actually opens up, little toggle. I'm actually going to remove this section of the swing, and of course I'll put it back, but I'm going to use that for my table. Let's see how that's going to work out. I think we got lucky. All right, so coming over here, and we're going to try to disconnect these. Got one side off. Second side off. Look at that. That's going to make a really nice workspace. And it fits perfect. Look at that. That's going to be, it's sturdy. It's not going to fall over while I'm cooking. I actually need to open up the kayak to get some of my gear out. Just going to wash this paddle off first. And there we go. Everything I need. All right, first thing I'm going to do is boil all the au jus. All right, I'd say that's boiling. I'm just gonna sit it to the side over here. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this and pour it in here. Yeah, it's perfect. Take this roast beef and sit it right in there. We'll just pour a little more on top of it. I might just put a bunch in here. Yeah. I'm gonna slide this over. Horseradish cheddar. That is gonna be delicious. I couldn't find any pre-sliced, so I just got a block of it. Of course, I have to sample a piece first. That is really good. All right. Well, I'm going to see how this works to flip it without knocking the whole thing over. Not bad. Just need to toast my bread. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that looks great. We're gonna take this one out, sit it to the side. We'll grab this one. See if we can toast that one. All right, let's see how this one looks. I think that looks good. All right, I'm gonna see if we can get this cheese to melt on here. I cut them a little thick, but we're gonna turn up the heat a little bit. Let's see if we can get it to melt a little bit. And I think 3 is gonna be enough. So guess what? This extra piece, it's another sample. I put put this bread on the top, hoping it'll kind of hold in some of the heat and get some of that cheese melted. And I'm gonna put some of this au jus in this container, and this is where I'm gonna dip it. All right, I am going to strategically take this out. And put it on the other half of the sandwich. We're gonna have to let it drip for a minute. I'm gonna shut this off. All right, here's one half. That looks good. Let's try it. First bite without dipping it. Very, very good. I just need to get a napkin out. We're gonna dip it here. Let it drip. It's a little bit of extra work to bring all this stuff, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to have a nice, peaceful lunch on the side of the river. You know, all by myself, nobody around. Of course, I could have packed a lunch, you know, something more simple, but what fun would that be? That is so good. That was a really good choice. One more bite in the first half. All right, second half. I'm gonna have a lot of au jus left, but I'm just gonna pour it back into my Nalgene. That's how I brought it here. I made it this morning before leaving the house. And just, just put it in my Nalgene. Threw it in my dry bag with my other gear. It's amazing sitting here. Just so quiet. And right here, this river, it's in Suffolk County, Long Island, New York. And we have 1.5 million people in Suffolk County. And here I am on the river, all by myself. Just the way I like it. All right, about 2 bites left. And that'll be enough lunch for today. I will say, now that I took that dry suit off and I'm cooling down, it's getting a little bit chilly. So yeah, it'll be nice to actually put that dry suit back on to continue the rest of this paddle. Well, that sandwich is done. And it was really good. I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up and pack everything back up, put my dry suit on, and we're gonna get back out on the river. All right, I got the swing back together how it was before I arrived. Got my little camp area, work area cleaned up, and kayak is loaded up and ready to go. And we're gonna head back out on the water. But look how beautiful this is. I can't wait to get out there. All right, we're back on the river. I don't know what kind of birds these are. Whole flock of them. And then now there's more to the left. Just right on the edge. Look at that. 7 egrets straight ahead. Right on the riverbank. We're down to 5. 2 of them took off. Such a beautiful little spot right here. Definitely tell that the tide is running out. I can see it flowing in spots. You can see the tide moving past this buoy. Alright guys, I'm just paddling up to the Nissequogue River State Park, and this is the far side of our paddle. Had a great time taking a break for lunch. That was really amazing. I want to thank you guys for watching 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did. If you like this video and other videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I would be greatly appreciative if you would subscribe to the channel. Help me to grow the channel. All I have to do is pull up on shore here, and since this was a single direction paddle, I'm going to call an Uber again, just like I did on the last one. And if you haven't seen my video from the Bronx River, it's going to show up on the screen in just a few seconds. feel free to click on it. It was a really good trip. Thanks again for watching 2 Feet Outdoors. All right, we are here.